Welcome to Durham, New Hampshire for ACTF Part 2 for those of us who've been before, which is only me. So, welcome to ACTF for everybody else. And I took some pictures and had some experiences here that I think are indicative of what we can expect from the next 2 days of our stay here. For those of you who have been on this video blog before, you'll be excited to have the return of the Kelly counter. There have already been 2 sightings. I haven't seen him in Beauregard though, so maybe he's coming later. A few things about Durham before I show you what I've seen so far. There isn't an I-party, and that's actually a big problem, but there is a state liquor store in which the alcohol is very cheap, and we have already explored that thoroughly. More to come on that later. But until then, I'm just waiting for everybody else to get here tomorrow morning so we can actually do this. So yeah, enjoy, and I hope that you get a taste of what Durham, New Hampshire has to offer. If you thought we were here for this, you might have been wrong. So those of you who were with us last year remember that we had a very, very special zip car that we had a few issues with, including someone running into us in the parking lot and not being able to have said zip car. But this year we have what's called, I think, a Versa. I don't really know who makes it, but its name is Villanova. And the great thing about it is it has like the most amazing bass ever. Like you can feel it through the seats. So, you know, I'm really excited about that. The bad thing about it is it has like the worst gas mileage ever. Like I think a Humvee might actually have better gas mileage than this car. Because I drove from Boston to New Hampshire, and that's only like an hour, and it literally used up 3/4 of a tank of gas. And I don't really understand how a car that small can use up 3/4 of a tank of gas. Something slightly more important than the zip car is the presence of the state liquor store. And this is like the biggest liquor store I've ever been in, and it's also got like the most liquor ever, and it also, everything is like half price. So I got like things that were $50 for $25, and I bought the following things. So hold on a second. We have this. Let's get to the back. And this. And this, and this, this, I don't even drink this, but some people might. These two, those are for the ninjas and the stage management crew, because I feel really bad that I've made them do all this stuff with the rovers and whatnot. But then for me, Gary, because, well, you know, I got this. And I'm really excited about it. And now for the Kelly counter, which is at 2 so far. I've seen Kelly twice. I had to go to this really creepy like check-in place because apparently I had to check in for other people, but then they wouldn't give me the badges. So I went to this place, and it was really creepy because you had to walk up this staircase. Very, very creepy. And then I went and I said, "Hi, I'm from BU," and they were like, "Oh, someone's already picked up your badges." And I was like, "Well, that's not really possible because I'm the only person here until Thursday," which made them really upset because apparently they really wanted everyone to be here the whole time, but they let it go after a while. And it turns out they lost their badges, all of our badges, which is really funny considering this is the sign that was on the table. And the lady threatened me like 8 times if I didn't have my badge, if I lost my badge, if I wasn't wearing my badge, I'd have to pay $5. And I kind of wanted to be like, "Hey lady, you lost like 12 badges, so don't you owe me like $60? But I didn't do that because, you know, I didn't get kicked out on my first day, and I was already like confused, and there were people in the way, and it was a bad situation, and she wasn't very nice. So the cute guy almost gave me the badges, like another set of badges without saying anything, but then she overheard him, so I guess he's just an intern. For those of you who remember the famous Burn, Burn, Burn and Woman Who Burned from Fahrenheit 451, I believe the required piece to see this time is In Conflict. This is the lighting design board. Everyone was required to take a free ticket for this show. Last thing that I wanted to talk about was this design bash. That's what they're calling it. There's these signs, taking that picture, of like the design bash thing, but, you know, it's not really that much of a bash, and like all the doors are closed and it's closed to the public, so I really fail to see what kind of like bash is going on. Anyways, I couldn't take a picture too close because I was taking pictures in the exhibit and they weren't really happy about it. I think they thought I was spying for like my school because they thought we were really hardcore or something. But I bet there are people who actually spy like the day before and then change their exhibit, because you can change it up until today, but I didn't because why? So I wanted to feature a few prominent things I saw. First of all, this is my exhibit. I'm very proud of it. It's the flashlights and the tack light and the flat. It's great, you know. It's pretty, it has pictures and it's colorful. And right next to me is another lighting designer who said that her aim with the design was to let go of the things that kept her from seeing reality as it was and realize that her experiences are only a tiny drop in the ocean of life. And yeah, one does not say that. Then there's this dead deer. This deer is behind my exhibit, so when you finish looking at my exhibit, you can turn around, and there's this deer. And apparently, actually, Alex Pennick knows the guy that made this deer, and I think it's really weird that there's this deer, but, you know, whatever. And then, next to me, like, a couple tables down, is this girl that, like, put candy out by her stage management thing. And I don't really get that, but there were, like, 4 people who did that. I guess it's like a bribe thing, like, come see my exhibit and take some candy. So, I don't know, maybe we should have candy. Maybe people will like our show if we have candy, but yeah, candy. So I was kind of tempted to take all the candy and eat it before they got there, but I bet she has like a refill. She probably like checks it every hour and like refills it. And it's also Valentine's Day colored, and I guess that was like, you know, I'm observant of holidays, whatever, but anyways, this is kind of the design exhibit. There is a kind of a nice thing. The guy that we met last year who was really nice, who died, they have like a memorial exhibit for him because his show got held, which is kind of cool, but it didn't say memorial on it when I got there. So it was like, I saw this picture of him and I was like, wait, I thought he wasn't around. I mean, I was confused. And then the guy was like, oh yeah, it's memorial. So I think that's kind of cool. But other than that, the dead deer is pretty awesome, and my exhibit's pretty awesome. And, yeah, the candy's pretty awesome, so you should definitely look at the design exhibit when you get here. That's about it.